Hello, YouTube. So I was supposed to come on here and, oh, my lips are dry, show you guys what my skin looked like after using my LED mask for a month. And I actually was using the LED mask, not for red light therapy, but I was using the blue and green light to see if it would help with my acne. The amount of breakouts, if I was seeing, even if it didn't stop the breakouts from happening, because a lot of my breakouts were hormonal, or they were dealing with when I was, on vacation, not eating the best diet, would it help resolve them fast? So the last time you saw my face, I think I had a pimple like over here somewhere. I had a pimple here. Even when I do not touch my acne, that breaks the surface, comes into a white head or a black head, even I don't squeeze, I don't pop. If I get a blemish, it will usually leave a scar. I have found that scars that I didn't address trying to tackle the post-acne mark, the hyperpigmentation, from when I first started having kids and then the hormones would level out, and I didn't address those scars are deeper in the tissue and harder to get rid of versus a new scar. So we started using a different brand of gloves at my job, and they broke me out really, really bad. Contact dermatitis. I had all these whelps and bumps. And when those bumps went away, it turned into a cluster of black, dark marks on my hand. And now, oh, my hands are ashy, ignore that. But you can see, instead of being a whole big old huge cluster of black, dark marks, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks still here. But for the most part, that's getting to look better. Over here, you just see 2. As far as my face is concerned, the pimple that was right here is not there anymore. That skin is smooth. However, there's a mark there. If I look over here on this side, I think the other bump was right in here. I don't see a bump anymore. The skin is smooth, but I still see a mark. When I look at my face overall using the mask, and I'm looking at my neck, I'm trying to zoom in. I'm gonna look at really close my nose. I used to see black and white dots on the side of my nose. To me, I know that's really aggressive. The pores on my nose look smaller. I know they're not actually smaller. What I was seeing before on my nose was the dead skin and sebum and oil trapped in my pores on my nose. So it seemed like I had huge pores. Now that the pores are not clogged, the pores seem very tiny. I have very oily, acne-prone skin. That is still the case. My acne tends to be hormonal. So if I'm eating lots of pasta, bread, starches, I have more yeast in my body, I will see it in my face. If I am very, very close to my cycle, all of a sudden I will see acne marks. However, the duration of them seems to be that they're much more manageable. They come to the surface quickly. They're resolved in a few days. I can work with that. Now that I see that, and I pretty much knew this, the LED mask is not a miracle worker. It's not going to stop the acne from coming. It will just help it will help augment and work synergistically with a good skincare regimen. I think I have a good skincare regimen that I am going to start being more consistent with. I think I had a plan in the past, but I would stop and then start and then stop and then start. I'm not going to get the results that I want if I am not consistent. So I'm going to continue to lead an active lifestyle. I'm going to continue to drink lots of water. I'm going to continue the morning and PM skincare routines. Now that we're done testing the LED mask, I will move on to my Curology formula that has been bumped up a little bit. So my previous Curology formula, and here it is right here, was 0.018% tretinoin. It was clindamycin phosphate 1% and azelaic acid 8% to be used nightly. And so what was happening when I was using the LED mask, I continued to use this Curology along with a very bland facial wash. So I would do my facial wash, which is the Vanity Cream. After I would do the Vanity Cream face wash, I would spray my face so I would prevent transepidermal water loss with the Caudalie grape water. After I would do the Caudalie grape water, I would do the ordinary amino acids plus B5. That looks like this. Then I would let my face kind of, this is all preparatory steps so that the tretinoin wouldn't cause my skin to get, believe it or not, even though I'm oily, too flaky and dry, and I wouldn't have kind of that tretinoin phase that kind of happens. After I would do that, I would then move on to, I would use this Cicaplast balm from La Roche-Posay along the corners of my mouth and the vermilion border of my lips. I would use it on either side of my nose. I would use it right here and in the corners of my eyes. I realized that if tretinoin got close to these places, it would kind of pool in those areas, and those areas would be the only spots on my face that would get kind of flaky. So I wouldn't see new huge bumps and purging, so to speak, but I would see flakiness in those areas. I would let my face chill for like 15-20 minutes because I'm trying not to put the tretinoin on freshly damp skin, because if you put tretinoin on damp skin, it penetrates even deeper, which can cause irritation. Then I would put the 0.018% tretinoin. Now that I'm done testing the LED light, I didn't want to cheat and start using a higher grade tretinoin, even though it was sent to me to up the strength, because the other regimen had been working well for me with very little irritation, but not a ton of progress. And I had reached out to my nurse practitioner and told her like what my issues were with before and after photos, that like I don't really feel like I'm making the progress that I would like to make. Then she upped my formula. So I'm going to grab it here. So now my formula is 0.04% tretinoin, 1% clindamycin, and 7% azelaic acid. I was actually very disappointed that even though the tretinoin went up, it didn't go up to 0.05%. I was like, I want a really therapeutic dose. I felt like they started me super duper low at the 0.018%, and I was hoping to be at 0.025%. And then after that 0.025%, I was hoping to move up to 0.05%, because I was a previous like proactive user in my high school years. I then went up to different in my college years. I had used different retinaldehydes. I had used the Avene 0.05% retinaldehyde. I had bumped up to the 0.1. And so I was like, I'm not new to this, so I thought they would start me higher, but you know, slow and steady wins the race. It's a marathon, not a sprint, so I'm like, fine. So now that I'm done with the LED mask, I'm going to, hold on one second. Oh, I had to pause. Now that I'm done with that 0.018%, I'm going to go up to this. And then after I use my Curology retinoic acid, which only requires one conversion step, then I follow up with either the NIOD modulating glucosides, and this is just meant to protect my skin barrier, nourish the skin, moisturize to make sure I have no negative side effects of that higher dose of tret. I will either use the NIOD modulating glucosides, or I'll use the NIOD Survival Zero, and these are just antioxidants that are meant to support the skin barrier. After all that's said and done, I will either use the Dermatology Night Cream. This is just a peptide cream. It's super emollient, nourishing, and locks in all of that goodness from the antioxidants. I either use that. When I use that though, because it is very rich and occlusive, and I have all the skin in the summertime, I have found that sometimes I wake up and I'm just a little bit oilier than I would like. Then I will sometimes switch it up. If I'm more sweaty or oilier, I'll switch up and use a lighter facial moisturizer, and this is the CeraVe Facial Moisture Lotion Ultra PM. Even though it says ultra and it says moisturize and all this stuff, this is very, very light. And so if I was not doing an active, I would not like this because it doesn't have much in it as far as richness and juiciness, but this is perfect for when I do the modulating glucosides and or the Survival Zero, because it's a lot of layers on your skin, and even when you use a thin layer, that can be a lot on my skin, and I don't want my skin to then be clogged up with all the things I'm trying to do to make it better. So something like a light moisturizer after I've done all the other juicy things is just fine. But if I were just using that by itself, I don't think it would be sufficient, but it works. So I'm actually going to upload a video of me doing that routine at some point. I also want to show you guys a morning routine. This date is June the 8th. And so I will check back in maybe like mid to late August, early September, so that I've been doing that regimen with the Curology and the protective measures to balance out that strong active. And then I'll show you. So we'll just have to remember the scarring that I have in post-acne hyperpigmentation marks around my jawline and here in my cheek area. I had gotten a pimple, believe it or not, on my eyelid, and that was a post-acne scar there. I have some post-acne scars in my forehead, here, this side of my cheek. This is a mole and this is a mole. But I have scars here, here, on the side of my mouth. That's a beauty mark. I had some acne on my neck. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And there's the acne scar. So just curious to see if this regimen will work for me. I know it takes time, so I don't want to check in too fast. So I may, upload my night routine. After I upload my night routine, this is June the 8th, continue to do it. We'll say August 8th. What do we say? July 8th, August 8th, September 8th. Let me upload a video in the 3-month mark, September 8th, and then maybe we'll do it again December 8th, and we'll see if I'm having any progress. I know it's going to take time. This is years worth of the effects of a combination of things, hormones, from having babies and living your best life and doing comfort food and all that jazz, and just normal environmental wear and tear, being outside for summer, needing to activate that vitamin D, and then having its consequences on your skin. Being a very expressive person that's always scrunching and stuff like that, I just have like little battle scars, and that's just how that is. So I will check back in and give you an update then on how Curology is going for me. Prior to that, I'm going to film a morning routine and a night routine. My morning routine will really feature how I'm dealing with not getting a plethora of new breakouts with using a acne fighting facial wash in the morning, followed by my vitamin C, my azelaic acid, because I do use a separate azelaic acid in the morning because it just has a synergistic effect with the vitamin C, and how I do antioxidants in the morning, moisturize and sunscreen, and then at night I'll do my tretinoin routine. I was using the 0.018% on a nightly basis. I could plan to do that along with the new prescription that's higher. If I notice that I have some sensitivity, I will back up. And when I back up, it will be a niacinamide night routine. So just be cleansing. I will wet my face with a water or an essence. Then I'll do the niacinamide. I'll do peptides and moisturize and go to bed. And then I will slowly ramp the 0.04% back into my regimen if I get sensitivity. If I don't get sensitivity, I will continue to use it every night, just like I was using the 0.018% every night. Thank you so much for watching. I am a very small YouTuber. If you like this if you like this content, please like and subscribe, as it will help the channel to grow. And this is just like my personal diary of my skincare progress. And I hope that this encourages you. If you are someone who is in your 40s like I am, and you're just like, hey, I can't believe I'm still dealing with acne, but there is hope. Please join the family. Please share products that work for you, particularly for skin of color that is oily, that is sensitive, that is acne prone. Those are my major concerns. And then we will share best practices and learn and grow together. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.